Hi there, it's Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com here with round number 2 in the Vintage Masters. Yes, we'd like to play first. Very keepable hand. We have double white and a red source, chain lightning, everything a girl needs. And he keeps his hand as well, so it's going to be a fair match, hopefully. We're going to go with the first turn plains. No play, pass the turn here. Did plains here because chain lightning is a sorcery speed, so there's no point playing the mountain. Alright, so another green deck we're going against. Which this deck does seem to do pretty well against green decks. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put out the Soltari Trooper. I think it's a better turn 2 than the Benless Trapper, as this is going to get in for 2 damage each turn, unless he's got something to deal with Shadow. It's a Wild Mongrel, so he's going to be a very aggressive deck as well. But our Trapper can actually deal with it, and probably just going to actually cast the Gust Cloak, and we're going to race him because we're ahead right now in damage. I mean, he can do some pretty insane stuff with Wild Mongrel, especially the amount of Basking Root Walls I saw going around. But this Gust Cloak, very, very good. You don't want to be Chain Lightning a Wild Mongrel. He'll just discard 2 cards. And probably 2 Basking Root Walls to do so. Provoke, untap target creature you control. This creature blocks this turn if it's able. Okay, I'm going to have to block the Wild Mongrel with my Gust Cloak Harrier. That's fine. It will take him a card. If it's a Basking Root Wall, though, no, it's gonna be a Flowstone Sculpture. That's fine. This is gonna be. He's got a Madness deck. Why did it turn it blue? Oh, the color of your choice. Okay, I didn't know Wild Mongrel becomes the color of your choice. So we'll block it. Still got a card. It's a card for a card. I'm okay with that. And then, again, if we feel like it, I can Chain Lightning it to make him discard 2 cards to keep it alive and cast a Benless Trapper. But not knowing what I think he would have used a Basking Root Wall there if he had a Madness card. So I think it might just be worth it just to Chain Lightning that guy off. There's our Tyrant choice, so we do need to draw into a black source. Benless Trapper here. And let's see if he wants to keep his Wild Mongrel alive. Again, he'll have to discard 2 cards to keep it alive. Nope, he lets it go. So he's down to a 16. We got the Mongrel out of the way. We got a Benless Trapper that's going to be able to tap down everything. So very, very good shape that we're in. Again, 1 more red and 1 more black. 1 more land in general puts the Mist Moon, which will get the Gust Cloaker back. Blastoderm is going to be a bit of an issue. It's got Shrouds, so we can't actually do anything about it. But again, we can get in there for 2. And this guy is going to be able to do 15 damage before I can deal with it. 1 more mana, though, and we can just block with a Mistmoon Griffin and get pretty good advantage out of it. If he puts anything else out, we will Radiance Judgment it. Oh, geez, I can't even do it. Sacrifice it to Friction Fire, target creature -3. So can't Radiance Judge that. I still don't think I cycle it. We will tap it down, though. Alright, so go ahead and tap this guy down. And then if we draw into land, I might just end up attacking with Benless Trapper. Battle Screecher. No, we're just going to attack him with the Soltari Trooper. And we are looking in bad shape because we did miss our land drop. I mean, Mistmoon Griffin just completely changes this game if I can get it out. If we would have, again, yeah, drawn the land there, that would have shut down Blastoderm. Blastoderm's going to be able to get in 2 more hits before I really want to deal with it. So we'll tap this guy down. That is totally fine with me. That he's going to kill off that guy. Other than now, Miss Moon Griffin only gets that guy back. Oh, geez. That's a good one for him, because that's going to fill back up his hand, and a creature dies, so he's going to be able to draw a card. That might be the difference between the game here. We got to land, though, so Battle Screech is actually pretty powerful here. So is Miss Moon Griffin. This is really going to fill up his hand. I think it is going to be Battle Screech. And again, if I can just get a black source and get him down low enough, we have Aftershock. Just that Death Reap Ritual is going to be really, really powerful. Especially I'm going to be trading tokens.
How do you drop your weapon?
The question may be, do you want it to be modern competitive or modern casual? I have tons of modern casual decks that I never bring in because nobody plays casual. So you make a deck that's fun and stable.
And in all honesty, I might just want to go down to 5. Because I'll have him on a 3-turn clock with the Flyers. And I should be able to clear his board with Aftershock. Even though he's getting cards per turn, I think I'll be fine at 5 life. He's probably double queued and being a douche. I've got it on mute right now. All right, so I do believe that flashing this back is the right play. This is why Battle Screech is so overpowered. 4 mana for, I mean, you can cast if you have one other creature. It just really overwhelms the board. Again, I think that going down to 5 is the right play. Because I've got this pretty good lock with Radiance Judgment killing a creature and Banisher, and still being able to use the Beneless Trapper on the same turn. But I do have to worry about Tyrant's Choices. I know there is one going around. But I don't have to worry about this guy. He's dead next turn. And again, I can tap down everything. I've got a pretty good lock going. So it's just direct damage I really have to worry about. That's fine. It's going to be able to give him a card. That actually switches things up a little bit. But unless he puts out something else, some sort of pressure here, he's still on that 3-turn clock. And I'll probably just put down Miss Moon Griffin next turn, which gets back a Trapper if it dies. We even have Aftershock is actually a little bit weak because it's going to do 3 damage to us. I don't think we can deal with it. Or utilize it is what I meant to say. Now he puts out a Fledgling Djinn. That's a pretty decent job for him, or draw for him, because it's something that you can actually. I might need to Aftershock it. Just to get in there for that more damage, and it does prevent me from doing damage. But again, it puts me in a weird position. I do believe that it is Aftershock. Puts me to a 2 though, so if he's got a Tyrant Choice, I'm dead. But I think this is the only way that we win this, because we can't. Yeah, we can't let this. He's drawing some amazing cards, though. I mean, we can't. We have to get in for the 3-turn clock. That's our strategy. So now he's got to sacrifice a Blast Storm. Pretty cool combo because he's going to be able to draw a card off of it. He's going to have 6 lands. But in all honesty, if we draw into a black source, it's over next turn with Tyrant's Choice. So he is definitely desperate here. He's going to plane cycle. So he does need that planes to cast whatever the white's in here for. So another 3-color deck. It's a Miss Moon Griffin. That's going to be good. That's interesting, actually. Hopefully we draw into a Chain Lightning does kind of change things. I think what we just do is a Miss Moon Griffin our own. I don't want this to go very long. If I attack, he blocks one, but then if he removes this Miss Moon Griffin somehow, I'm going to attack him for 2, get him down to 6. I think the right play is just to hold back, even though I don't want him to continue to get card advantage. I mean, he's got insane lands out that he can just cast any sort of shenanigans. I don't even want to know what he's got in his deck. And here comes a 7 mana casting cost thing. But down to 8 life and I've got 7 damage with a black source is... yeah, that's pretty good. And the Spineless Trapper will be good if I have to, block with a Miss Moon Griffin. If he attacks him with this Miss Moon Griffin, I'll definitely... what does he get back? He gets back a Vigilance 3/6 guy. I'm not too worried about that. And he draws a card. Oh, that hurts. That hurts big time, Himatorak. And it gets both of my burn spells. Oh, joy. Oh, why didn't he just kill me off? I guess he knew what was in the... he just knows what's in. So Death's Grasp wins the game. X target creature player, he gains X life. So unfortunately, that Morbid Enchantment that wrecked me. But I could go a faster strategy with Goblin Patrols, and Paralyze actually seems okay. Again, I could bring in all these faster creatures, but I think it's fine. We'll just submit it how it is. I don't really think bringing in the faster creatures is the way to go. He's got a lot of removal. He's got a lot of ways to stabilize, just bigger creatures that he can pull out on turn 4, and then to stabilize that way. So I think the best thing is just go over the top with tokens and the shadow creatures. So yes, we'd like to play first. Keeple hand. This is actually a pretty good hand. As we have the shadow, we have all of our sources, and we have the Harrier. So no, we're not to mulligan this. Opponent does not decide to mulligan either. We'll just go ahead with the planes this turn again because Chain Lightning is a sorcery spell, and I don't want to just burn his face.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try and get the drawing there as much as I can, and then I'm gonna erase this base making this whole. I'm gonna try anyways. I don't know how well it's going.
And Baron Moore into play tapped. That's fine. We get another land. Did not want to see that. So check out the Soltari Trooper. It's the best 2-drop we could want. He's hopefully can get in there for some decent damage before I handle it. Hymn to Torak gets 2 lands. That's actually the best Hymn to Torak ever for us. And Tyrant's Choice is gonna be good. I think we will just use it this turn. Might as well. And it's gonna do 4 damage no matter what. Torture. That's what's so powerful is people do not read it correctly. It's a Flame Rift for 2. Then we'll attack in with this Soltari Troop. And he's down to a 14. We do need another planes, though. I mean, I still think that getting rid of the 2 planes is the best thing that could happen to us. Bastion Root Wall is fine. I could burn it off, but I think I'll save that for him. Need 1 more mana for that. So that, actually now the planes getting discarded really hurts with the Hymn to Torak. He's probably going to go in with the Bastion Roll just for 1. And nope, he does pump it. So I'll race him all day long with this. Another shadow creature. Which at this point I do believe that I just go Soltari Emissary. and Chain Lightning him. He's down to a 7. He's on a 2-turn clock. Unless he gets some sort of shenanigans out. Ouch. Another Hymn to Torak. That kind of hurts, but again, it's still 2-turn clock. Unless he has some sort of removal. He had a lot of removal, though. Pretty good deck. I mean, I won't be too unhappy if I lose to this, as Hymn to Toraks are just very powerful, and having 2 of them is incredibly powerful. But now we don't even have to use the mana for Shadow here, and we have another Shadow guy. This should be game. So we're going to get in there for 4. He just can't handle my aggro. And unless he's got something that deals -1/-1 to all creatures, this should be it. I mean, Death's Grasp will be okay if he has one. He does not. We're going on to game number 3. Again, not really anything that Urborg Uprising actually seems pretty decent against his deck. I think I'm going to bring it in because it's 3 cards for 1. And I think we do need to try to stay with him. I mean, Brilliant Halo we probably don't need. It's probably the weakest card, so I'm going to go ahead and take that out and put the Urborg Uprising. And maybe I should have added another black source. This is a definitely keepable hand. We have the cards that seem to frustrate him the most, with the Soltari Troopers, double of them. And Beetleblack Chief with 1 more red source. A black source will give us access to Tyrant's Choice, which again, a Flame Rift, that's not bad. Of course, this is a much better hand on the play than on the draw, but we'll wait and see what the draw brings us. I mean, I think his deck kind of wants to be on the draw, though, as it wants to get rid of our hand quickly with the Hymn to Torak. But he is aggro as well with the Blastoderm, so no, I'd not like to mulligan this. Got a first-turn Basking Rule. That's pretty powerful. But he can't cheat it out with some sort of madness, so just a Plains. We have a Menace Trap or 2, which will that'll be a very good hand or good card late. So hopefully it's not a Wild Mongrel that comes out. I think he's just going to pump his Basking Root Walla. Yep, so I'm taking 3. The race is on. Throw out a Trooper. Pass it to him. Definitely want to hit into a red for the Beetleback. Beetleback Chief will just shut him down. It'll give me 3 blockers. Just hitting for 1 here. I wonder if a Hymn to Torak is going to come out. And it does, and gets 2 things that... Yeah, I mean, the Trooper is a little bit unfortunate, but at this point we can't cast a Tyrant's Choice, so it's a really good card to get out of our hand. So again, I'll get in here for 2. And we need another land really badly, as that will, of course, a red land will be ideal. Battlebeak Chief and Battle Screecher will be perfect for him. And we got this Trapper. Trapper's going to be able to at least tap down stuff, though. So if he wants to race, I think we'll be ahead. All right, so he's gonna make my guy block. Again, that's fine. Unfortunately, Curse Scroll is not that good at this point. We need to land very badly, but we're at least even on the race here. And we will cast this Curse Scroll. And I might just cycle this Radiance Judgment to try to hit a land. It depends on what he actually casts here, because we need to hit this land very badly. So he's cycling the Croson Tusker, so he needs to hit a land too. So it's going to get a Plains, right? Reveal basic land card, yes. So he's going to get his Plains, of course, for the Death's Grasp, and what other white cards that he has in his deck. He can play this and still pump his Root Walla, which is it's going to be a Mongrel. All right, I think at this point I have to cycle the Radiant Judgment. So I'm going to cycle this. We need to hit that land. And we hit it. Sweet. So I think the right play, instead of just doing 2 damage to him, is going to be, yeah, the Battle Screech, and flash it back. And if we can get down to, if we draw one more land, we can play a land, play Sultari Trooper, and activate Cursed Scroll, which can be very frustrating for his Root Wall and his Mongrel. So yeah, ideally a red source. I think I still would activate a Cursed Scroll and cast a Sultari Trooper over casting a Beetleback Chief. But I could take some pretty high damage here. Again, Death's Grasp, I got to always worry about that. As Death's Grasp, he could do it for 3 damage right now, and with the land he could do it for 4. Alrighty, so he plays a forest. He's going to go into attack phase here. I think at this point you attack him with both of them. I'm most likely going to be taking at least 5 damage here. I don't think I block at this point. I'm going to just hopefully rely on the Beetleback. And if he taps out, we'll take out the Basking Root Wall with the Sultari Trooper. I don't know, I could go 2 routes here. I could go for just chump blocking stuff. No, I'm not going to block anything. Because I have 6 damage per turn. Again, this is a 3-turn clock. But he is doing at least 5 damage per turn. So I'm down to a 10. He's got 4 mana left up. If he could go for like a Blastoderm here. I'm okay with a Blastoderm. Phyrexian Defiler is fine too. Because now I can kill off the Basking Root Wall if I draw a land. So that is the play that needs to happen, is a land. And it is a land. Wrong color, but it works. So it can be a trooper. And I do believe that we could try to race even more by doing 2 damage to his face. But I think the right line of play is just to kill off this Basking Root Wall while we can, since he cannot pump it. And of course, that's the strength of Cursed Scroll in 1 card, is you automatically get to do 2 damage. And I'm going to leave, at this point, I think we can leave 2 blockers back if we need to. Because that's going to be 4 damage, 5, 6 if I attack. I think we just need to play it kind of safer, since we have the other Sultari Trooper. It's still going to be a turn 3 clock, whether we do 4 damage right now or 6 damage right now. So he's down to a 12. He still has three cards in hand as ammo. And unfortunately, that was a Plains instead of a Mountain. If it was a Mountain, we could... and I think it just blocked the Defiler here, actually. Again, I have to worry about Death's Grasp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, he pumps it up by 5. Actually, I need to block both. So we do need a red for the Beetleback. So he is going to be able to draw cards again. That is such a good card. And fill back up his hand, which is very, very good with Wild Mongrel. And we unfortunately get the Tyrant's Choice. That was the worst card we could draw into here at this point. I'm going to attack him with the Sultari Troopers. We have a 50% chance of hitting with Cursed Scroll. But this gives us a pretty good out with Tyrant's Choice. As now if we draw into a black, it's over next turn. But either a red or a black, or that actually works too. Ouch. So we have a 50-50 here. I'm going to name Beetleback again. Which it misses Tyrant's Choice. So 50-50 misses here. And I think I just blocked the Mongrel. Or actually block neither. Wait, no, he's got 4 cards in hand. That's 6, 7, 8, 9. He can only do 9. And on the backswing, we win, actually. So, unless he's got a pump, I think we're fine. I think we just let it all go through, because that's 9 damage.
We have 8 people here.
And that's perfect damage to kill him.
Packs each?
No, $6. We're not doing
I'll
that.
do it.
It is Theros block.
What's that?
That means Theros cards only. So Theros, Horn, and
This is really interesting. I didn't see any pump spell. 0 last game. None. He can't Death Grasp, right? Because he's played. I'm going to let it go through.
okay, so this was
Because he can only do 9 damage.
this one could do that and this.
Which, unless he does have another Swamp for Death's Grass in his hand. But I think this is the only way I win.
I'm gonna do that after I'm the rich Ringo.
Yes. And there's that I don't know how far back.
So to go down to 3, if he does drop a Swamp and a Death's Grass, that's the last 2 cards in his hand. No, Findor and else will not do it. That is game unless he has something. So we get in here for the win, as this is going to be perfect 8 damage. And we barely pull it off if our MTGO doesn't decide to screw up here, which it tried to there. Now I have to manually try to find it. Ugh. Terrible software.
There can't be.
Anything in any set, set for
Not that. So no, none of that.
Nope, none of those.
Found the planes.
There's only
Alrighty, so we're 2-0. Moving on to the finals. This has been Kevin with Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.